trainees. I am Erjan Lupena and we shall be discussing the critical thinking competency. This is part of the 15 competencies defined in the Public Act number 10869 or the Jumpstart Philippines program. Let's start! You have a brain and mind of your own. Use it and reach your own decisions by Napoleon Hill. Trainees, as what Napoleon Hill said, it means that the capacity of independent thought is critical thinking, and it's easy to believe or agree without consideration. So let's begin. As we discuss critical thinking, we're going to talk about the two concepts. First is good work ethics, and second, handling customer complaints effectively. So let's define first, what is critical thinking? Critical thinking is making reasoned judgment that are logical and well thought out. So, if we know already the definition of critical thinking, let's go on to the first concept, the good work ethics. But before that, let's define first the word ethics, dilemma, and work ethics. Ethics is defined as following the rules of behavior, specifically what is morally right and good. And dilemma is a difficult decision between two options that are equally unfavorable. While work ethic defined as a valuable attribute that the employers look for in every industry. Before we go on to the next, let's watch this video first of Dr. Maya Angelou.
Maybe the hardest part is if you teach, you have to live your teaching. You can't say, you do not as I do, but do as I say. No. You have to say, I'm doing my best to live what I teach. I have a painting by Phoebe of a group that she calls Sister Suki's Funeral. And all the women, there are about 9 women, and they all look like women in my grandmother's prayer meeting group. So whenever I'm obliged to do something, I take that painting and I look at that painting. There's an empty chair. And I think, now what would Grandma do? What would she say? I can almost hear her voice say, now sister, you know what's right. Just do right. You don't really have to ask anybody. The truth is, right may not be expedient. It may not be profitable.
As what you've heard in the video, Dr. Maya Angelou said the word, just do right. It means that when you think about the boss you have worked for, they live by their standard and they were consistent about it. And basically, it is ethics that will serve as a guide to moral daily living and help us judge whether our behavior can be justified. So, let us know more about good work ethics and let's watch this video.
A discussion of the work ethic brings up some very provocative questions. Do workplace ethics problems come from a lack of a work ethic? Where does your character fit into your work ethic? What is happening in our modern global work environment that conflicts with our traditional view of the work ethic? How can we instill a good work ethic in those entering the workforce or those already in it? Of course, everyone has something to say on the topic. Everyone has a story to tell. In discussing the work ethic, there are many issues in play, including cultural issues, generational issues, parenting, self-discipline, character, and many others. You need to understand that the work ethic, personal character, and ethical behavior at work are interconnected and are key factors in our professional ethical life.
Building a good work ethics will allow a person to train themselves so that hard work is almost automatic. Also, to help impress the employers, you must have a good habit such as focusing, staying motivated, and finishing tasks immediately. And now, let's proceed to the examples of good work ethics. There are examples of good work ethics, like the employees with a good work ethic exhibit a particular set of values and behaviors. These characteristics makes them stand out as highly team members and praiseworthy employees. First is reliability o maaasahan. It recognizes the relative importance of certain tasks and responsibilities and has the ability to prioritize to ensure that deadlines are met. Second is dedication o dedikasyon. It is part of good work ethic that has commitment and dedication to the job. And they know how to focus on tasks without being distracted. And third is discipline or disciplina. It is an essential part of showing a good work ethic. Highly disciplined employees show determination and commitment to the job. Fourth is productivity o produktibo. A strong work ethic translates to outstanding productivity. Productive employees often have a higher output than their counterparts. Fifth is cooperation o kooperasyon. It is a good work ethic that is something employees often spread to those around them by cooperating willingly on projects. Also, they show good teamwork and readily assist others when needed. Sixth is integrity o integridad. Professional integrity means holding oneself to high moral principles. Seven is responsibility o pananagutan. It is a demonstrating good work ethic that requires a keen sense of responsibility. And those who are ethical and responsible hold themselves accountable for their actions. And last is professionalism o professionalismo. An employees with a good work ethic almost always maintain their professionalism. After showing the qualities or examples of good work ethic, it can help you improve your performance in any career. And next, we will be discussing on how to handle customer complaints effectively. But before that, in the world of work, critical thinking skills are very important because they help businesses run smoothly by solving problems, developing solutions, and creating new ideas. Many areas of improvement, like process of efficiencies, management, or finances, can be improved by using critical thought. Because of this, employers value and seek out candidates who have demonstrated strong critical thinking skills. For example, if you're working in human resource and must resolve a conflict between two employees, you will use critical thinking to understand the nature of the conflict and what action should be taken to resolve it. And there are some problems that we will encounter, and while this is the customer complaints. Before we discuss on how to handle customer complaints effectively, first, let us discuss the three types of customers. First is assertive customer. They are the customers that know what they want and demanding of what they believe is rightful theirs. To deal with them, respect is critical and be assertive as well even when you cannot fulfill the request. Second is the passive customer. They are the customer that looks for guidance and may sound ashamed when complaining. To deal with them, you should listen carefully and encourage them also and give them plenty of assurances. Third is the aggressive customer. They are the customer that want more than you can offer, the one who is not easily satisfied, and the one who is irate. To deal with them, just be assertive. Use pressure cooker method because it allows for the steam to slowly come out. Also, be respectful and listen. After discussing the different type of customers, you may now answer the question, why an employee respond inappropriately to a customer? Because an employee comes to work with a negative attitude. An employee is unable to respond to the complaints because of company policy or the supervisor's instruction. An employee receives too many complaints at once. An employee feels personally attacked by the customer. And lastly, the customer is rude and uses derogatory terms with the employee. And to respond properly to a customer, there are 5 tips in dealing with customers' complaints. First is, stay calm o manatiling kalmado. For example, don't get irritated or mad. Even if you think the customer is wrong, don't correct the customer at this point. Second is listen to the customer complaints without getting defensive o makinig sa reklamo ng hindi nagiging nagtatanggol. It is sometimes an irritated customer just wants to tell you about his or her frustration and acknowledge his or her distress. Third is don't blame others o huwag sisihin ng iba. Most customers don't care who is at fault. They just want to problem fix. Also stay calm and act on your next step to try to resolve the problem. Fourth is act quickly to try to resolve the problem o kumilos na mabilis upang subukang lutasin ang problema. Most customers will calm down when you start to resolve the situation. There are two parts of this concept. One is asking the customer on how you would like the problem to be resolved. Second, if you think his suggestion is legitimate and you have the authority to grant the request, do it. But if you think the request is not legitimate or you do not have the authority to grant the request, tell the customer and refer him to your supervisor. And fifth is be polite o maging magalang. Be pleasant throughout the entire process. This may occasionally be difficult to do. And ask the customer if there is anything else you can help him with. In addition, there are ways on how to communicate to a customer. First is through online or social media sites. You should acknowledge complaints online at least within an hour even though you do not have all the answers yet. Customers need to know that their concern has been recognized. And second is through email. Read the whole email of your customer to make sure you have the complete pictures of the customer's concern. Reply to the customer's email with a sincere thank you, with the objective of rebuilding the customer's confidence in your company. And third is through poll. When listening to the customer, write down his or her complaints to be sure you covered everything. Use your notes as guide to politely recap or summarize the customer's concerns. This will show the customer that you understood his or her concerns. After the ways to communicate to a customer, let's watch this video for the additional tips.
Yeah, I'll call him right away, boss. Hi, Mr. Bronson. Yeah, I'm calling about the positioning doc. Your whereabouts last Friday night. Do you like slam ball?
Yeah, I'll call the client right away, boss. Yes, hello, Mrs. Bronson. I'm just calling about your account and seeing if everything is going smoothly with your setup.
What do you mean I'm giving you attitude? I haven't said one word. I'm not rolling my eyes. You're rolling your... Shut up!
Really? I'm the nicest person you've talked to today? Well, Mr. Bernstein, you've been a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, I'm still here. Still here, yep, Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, let me just get a pen. Got it? Yeah, I'm writing it down as we speak right now.
Please bear to your mind these additional tips or telephone etiquette in dealing with your customers. This is the telephone tips or etiquette. First, answer promptly in 3 to 4 rings maximum. Second, hold the receivers correctly. Third, identify yourself, position, and your company. And fourth, transfer calls or hand off. Fifth, let your customer hangs first. Sixth, check callbacks promptly. Seventh, give complete attention to the caller. 8. Speak normally. 9. Explain the whole scenario. 10. use the person's name, and lastly, listen. So trainees, before we end this session, let us do first a recap. Remember that critical thinking is logical and reflective thinking focused on deciding what to believe or do. It involves questioning and evaluating information. Also, the two concepts of critical thinking are good work ethic and how to handle customer complaints effectively. Having a good work ethic involves upholding the values and goals of the company by performing your job to the best of your ability. And critical thinking skills are important because they help businesses run smoothly by solving problems, developing solutions, and creating new ideas. Thank you, Muntinlupa City Life Skills Trainees. Don't forget to like this video and follow Peso Muntinlupa page for the upcoming videos and events. See you until the next Life Skills series. Bye!